I still remember that morning. The sun was gentle. The air smelled like spring. And my neighbor, a sweet lady in her 70-year-olds, walked up to me smiling, holding a small bouquet of wildflowers. I wanted to take them, but I couldn't. My hands were full. One gripped my phone, still buzzing with emails. The other held my bag, keys, and the coffee I didn't even have time to drink. She looked at me kindly and said, "Sometimes, when we carry too much, we miss what matters most." That moment stayed with me, because truth is, we spend our lives chasing, gathering, piling on, until our days are packed,
time to drink.
our homes are cluttered, and our hearts feel
Tanaka, these are
strangely empty.
beautiful.
But what if letting go
I'm
was the
afraid I
real way to
can't
feel
possibly
full?
carry anything
What
else
if
right
owning
now.
less gave us more room to live, love, and breathe? In this video, I'll walk with you through 10 quiet but powerful shifts inspired by Japanese minimalism. Not just about tidying up, but about reclaiming your time, your space, and your peace. So take a deep breath, and
Our
let's begin
homes
this
are
gentle
cluttered.
journey together. The day I couldn't hold the flowers, it started with something simple, a few flowers. Just a small handful of wild daisies and lavender, tied together with a string. My neighbor offered them to me with a warm smile. She said, "They reminded me of you, thought you could use a little spring in your day." And I wanted to take them. I really did, but I couldn't. My hands were full. One held my oversized work bag, crammed with receipts, pens, and papers I hadn't looked at in weeks. The other, gripping my phone, answering emails,
of you.
holding keys, balancing my
Crammed
coffee,
with receipts,
rushing
pens,
between errands.
and papers.
I gave her an awkward smile and said, "Thank you. I just don't have the hands."
I just
right
don't
now."
have the hands.
And the moment passed. She gently placed a bouquet on the porch railing and walked away. No
I gave her
judgment,
an awkward smile,
just kindness.
unable to
But the
accept
weight
the
of that
simple
moment
gift.
lingered long after she was gone. That image,
No judgment.
my hands too full for beauty,
Just kindness.
stayed with me for days. It felt like a metaphor for everything I've been feeling for years. So much to do, so much to manage, so many things, physical, emotional, mental, packed into
The
every
weight of
corner
that
of my life,
moment
that there was
lingered.
no space left to receive anything new, not even joy. That night,
A metaphor
I
for
sat on my living
everything.
room floor, surrounded by piles of stuff I hadn't touched in months.
Surrounded
And I
by
asked
piles
myself,
of stuff,
What am I
boxes,
actually holding on
clothes,
to, and
and
what is it
magazines.
costing me? Many lessons. Sometimes
Hadn't
we think
touched
we're
in months.
managing life by holding it all together. But the truth is we're just full of obligations, clutter, guilt, memories, and what if I need this someday fears.
What is it costing
And in
me?
being full, we miss what's right in front of us. That question led me down a path I never expected. A path of emptying, of choosing, of living lighter. And it began with one simple principle from Japan. Dan Sherry, are you ready to hear what it means?
Surrounded
The
by
overflowing
things,
cup.
grounding
enough
themselves
becomes
before
too
making
much.
a quiet promise.
There's an old Zen
moment
story
of
that I couldn't
decision.
stop thinking about.
I listen to
A
it.
well-known scholar
I have
visited a
finally
Zen
grasped
master
the profound
to
wisdom,
learn the secrets of
enlightenment that
enlightenment.
illuminate path.
But
It is
instead
this
of
insight.
listening,
No,
the scholar
that is
talked
incorrect. The
non-stop
text clearly states
about
otherwise,
all the
and if you had
books
read
he'd
my
read,
commentary, you would
the
understand
theories he
why your
believed,
interpretation is
the
flawed.
wisdom he already had. The master simply sat, listening, and quietly began pouring tea. He filled the cup and kept pouring. The tea overflowed onto the saucer, then the table, then the scholar's lap. Startled, the scholar exclaimed, "Stop! Can't you see the cup is already full?" The master looked up and said softly,
Then the
"Exactly.
scholar's lap.
How can I show you anything new if you're already full?" That story hit me like lightning, because I was that scholar, and maybe so are you. Our modern lives are like overflowing cups. We fill our homes with things we
Exactly.
rarely touch.
How can I show
We
you
fill our
anything
calendars
new
with events
if
we
you're
don't
already
enjoy.
full?
We fill our heads with noise, news, notifications, endless scrolling, all the while wondering why we feel restless, distracted, and tired.
Fill
But
our
full
homes
doesn't
with things we
always mean
rarely
fulfilled.
touch.
We've mistaken having more for living better. And somewhere along the way, we stopped asking, is this still serving me? Is this helping me become who I want to be? Mini lesson. To grow, we must make space. Just like a garden needs weeding before anything new can take root.
Wondering
Our
why
minds,
we feel
our homes,
restless.
Our hearts need space to breathe. It's not about emptying everything. It's about making room for
A
what
garden
truly matters.
needs weeding.
That night on the floor, surrounded by things I thought I needed, I whispered a quiet promise to myself. I'm ready to let go. That was the first step toward a lighter, more intentional life. And it began with one simple, beautiful word from Japan. Dan Sherry. Let's explore what it means and how it changed everything for me. Dan Sherry, the gentle power of letting go. The first Japanese word I learned on
Here's
this
a bag
journey
for your
was
items.
Dan Sherry.
That won't be
It
necessary.
sounds poetic,
you, though.
doesn't it?
Thank you, though.
But behind those three syllables is a quiet revolution, a way of living that's not just about decluttering your home. It's about liberating your life. Dan Sherry
Release
is made
your
up of three
attachment
actions.
to the
Dan,
idea
to
of
refuse
more.
what isn't necessary. Sha, to dispose of what no longer serves you. Re, to release your attachment to the idea of more. It's not about cleaning. It's about choosing.
I held each
I
item,
started small.
asking,
One afternoon, I
Are you
opened a drawer
useful?
in my hallway. The one we all have. You know, the
Most of
just
the
in
answers
case
were
drawer.
no.
Old chargers, expired coupons, pens that don't work. I
didn't
held each
feel
item
guilt.
and asked,
I
are you
felt
useful?
relief.
Do you bring me joy? Are you helping me become who I want to be? Most of the answers were no. But I didn't feel guilt. I felt relief. Then I moved my calendar. I looked at
one
every
appointment
commitment, every recurring meeting,
at a time.
every yes
My
I set out of obligation. And I asked, is this
My
aligned with the
home
life I want
became
now?
quieter.
Some of those events had been draining me for years.
so
I began to
did
let go.
my mind.
One drawer, one appointment, one expectation at a time.
My schedule
And as I did,
became
I
lighter,
noticed something
so
unexpected.
did my body.
My home became quieter, but so did my mind. My schedule became lighter, but so did my body.
I could
I
finally
could finally
breathe.
breathe. Mini lesson. Letting go is an act of loss.
An act
It's an
of
act of
self-respect.
self-respect. A gentle way of telling yourself, I deserve a life
A
that
teacup
fits who
from
I
my
am
mother.
today. Not who I
Things
was,
I truly
or
loved.
who others expect me to be. As I cleared the clutter, something else happened. I began to see the things I truly loved more clearly. The teacup from my mother, the
Made me
one
feel at
pen that
home
made
in
me
my
want
own
to write
skin.
again. The shirt
Not about
that made
having
me feel
less.
home in my own skin.
Having better.
That's when I realized it's
So
not
many
about
clothes,
having
nothing
less.
to wear.
It's about having better. And that leads us to the next shift. Becoming the curator
Store it
of
a
your
storage
life.
unit of
Closet
indecision.
test. Curating instead of collecting. I remember opening my closet one
Hurt
morning
every time
and
I wore
thinking,
them.
why do I have so many clothes and still nothing to wear? There were dresses with tags still on.
To start,
Sweaters I
try
kept
the
just in
closet
case.
test. Select
Shoes that
exactly
looked
10
great,
items you
but
truly
hurt
love
every
and
time I
need from
wore
the
them.
clutter.
It wasn't a
Reminded me
closet. It was
of
a
my
storage
daughter's
unit
hug.
of indecision. That day, I decided to try what I now call the closet test.
My first
I
trip
asked
to
myself,
Kyoto.
if I could only keep 10
Extensions of who
items,
I
which
am.
ones would I choose? The answer came quickly. A soft sweater that reminded me of my daughter's hug. A scarf I wore on my first trip to Kyoto. A well-fitted black shirt that made me feel quietly powerful. Those 10 items weren't just clothing. They were extensions of who I am and what I value. This is the heart of Japanese minimalism. Not to live with less,
You pause.
but to live with meaning. To move from
Will
being
this
a consumer
item enrich my
to
daily
becoming a
life?
curator. Like a museum chooses
You
only
realize
its
you
most
don't need
meaningful
it.
artifacts. You get to choose the objects that tell the story of your life. With care, with love, with intention. When you become a curator, something shifts. You no longer buy things to fill a void. You pause.
Where did I
You
put that?
ask, will this item enrich my daily life? Will it last? Will it bring beauty or comfort? And often, you realize you don't need it after all. Mini lesson. Curating your life builds self-respect. It says,
A little embarrassed,
I am worth the
honestly.
things that serve me well. I don't need more. I need what matters.
Everything has a home.
It's not
a
about
designated
deprivation.
place.
It's about elevation. And once your physical space begins to reflect that clarity, you start craving the same peace in your time, your routines, your headspace. That's where the next
I
principle
actually
comes
liked
in.
looking at
A simple shift that
satisfying,
can save
tidy
hours
action.
of frustration and unlock deeper calm. Seton,
My
the
mornings
art
felt
of
calm.
intentional organization.
Calmly
A
picking up
home
my
for
keys
everything
from the bowl.
and peace for you.
My future self
used to be a
benefiting.
running joke
My
in my
mind
family.
was quieter.
Every time I left the house,
Clutter isn't
I'd forget
just physical.
something. Keys, glasses, phone, wallet. Sometimes all four. My morning started with a scavenger hunt. Drawers open, cushions lifted, frustration
Intentional
rising.
organization
It wasn't
isn't
just
about
annoying. It made me
being
feel
rigid.
scattered,
kindness to your
disorganized,
time.
a little embarrassed,
Pass-forward
honestly.
course.
Then I
I
learned
can
about a
instead
principle
handle
in
my
Japanese
life.
culture called
I can
Seton,
create calm.
which means
It happened
everything
at Target.
has a home.
I just came
not
in
a
for
drawer,
toothpaste, but then
not
I
a
also
pile,
grabbed a candle,
a designated
throw
place.
pillow, and a pair of slippers.
So I tried it. I gave my keys a small bowl by the door.
Where is all
My
this gonna
reading
fit?
glasses had their own soft tray by the nightstand.
I'm trying to shove
Mail
the
went
pillow,
into a
but
simple
it's
wooden
completely
box
stuffed.
I
There's no
actually
way.
liked looking at. It took 10 minutes to set up, and it changed everything. Suddenly, my mornings felt calm. My space felt lighter. But more than that, my mind was quieter. Because clutter isn't just physical, it's mental. Every time we can't find something, every time we double book, every time we say, where did I put that? We're leaking precious energy. Mini lesson. Intentional organization isn't about being rigid or perfect. It's about kindness to your time,
Pause before every
to
purchase.
your energy,
My
to your
desire
future
faded.
self. When everything has a place, you waste less time,
Accumulation
money, and
is
patience.
sneaky
And most
until it's
importantly,
everywhere.
you build trust with yourself. You start believing, I can handle my life.
Space is
I can
sacred.
create calm. But of course, even the
keeps
most
your life
organized
in
home
balance.
will slowly fill up again. If we don't have a way to protect that balance, that's where the next quiet rule changed everything for me. The one in, one out principle. Let's talk about it. The deal that changed my life, one in, one out, it happened at Target.
It was
I
my
had
wife's
gone in to buy
favorite.
toothpaste.
Coffee,
But as it
tea,
often goes, I left with a candle,
quiet
throw
conversations.
pillow, and a
in
pair
the back
of
of the
slippers I didn't
cupboard,
need.
afraid
And
someone
while
would see
standing
the
in the
crack.
checkout line, I suddenly thought, where's all this going to fit? That night,
Right in front.
as I shoved the pillow
it
into
tells
an
a story.
already stuffed closet, I stopped. And I made a deal with myself. From now on, for every new thing I bring in, something old has to go. Simple, fair, and surprisingly powerful. The next time I wanted a new book, I picked one from my shelf to donate. When I bought a new
Lines on your
sweater,
own hands,
I let go of
showing
one I hadn't
wrinkles,
worn in
veins,
years.
and life,
Even with
etched from
commitments,
decades of love,
if I said
labor,
yes to something
and
new,
life.
I had to say
Wabi
no to
Sabi
something
whispers.
else. This one in,
You don't
one out
need
rule
to be
became my
flawless
quiet
to be
guardian.
beautiful.
It forced me to pause before
Permission
every purchase,
to stop
every yes,
chasing perfect.
every addition,
Embrace
and
the
more
cracks.
often than not, the desire faded, the
Love
need
ourselves,
passed, because
just as we are.
what I really wanted wasn't the object, it was the feeling I thought it would bring.
We interrupt this
Mini
program.
lesson.
Your call
Accumulation
is, important to us.
is
Up
sneaky.
to 50% off.
It doesn't
only at
feel heavy
participating locations.
until it's everywhere. This simple habit keeps your life in balance. It
I
teaches
truly
intentional
understood the
ownership.
power of
That
stillness.
space is sacred. That time is precious. That every yes carries a weight. And most importantly, it teaches you that you already have enough. But what about the things we already have? The ones with nicks and chips and faded colors? Well, that brings us to one of the most
I light a
beautiful
candle,
principles I've ever learned.
small.
A reminder that imperfection isn't something to
I make
hide.
tea,
It's
a
something to
tiny
honor.
ritual.
Let me introduce you to Wabi Sabi. Wabi Sabi, the
I
wisdom of
sit in the
imperfect
same
beauty.
corner of my
There's
couch
a chipped mug in
and
my
just
kitchen.
pause.
It's small,
Just
white
breath,
with a soft blue rim.
warmth.
A tiny crack runs along the handle, almost invisible, but definitely there. It's not fancy, not expensive,
Less reactive,
but it was my
more
wife's
rooted.
favorite. She used it every morning for years. Coffee, tea,
You can return to
quiet conversations.
anytime, anywhere.
Even after she passed, I couldn't let it go. I used to hide it in the back of the cupboard.
No longer buying
afraid
things,
someone would see the
but
crack
collecting
and think
moments.
it was broken.
Investing
But now,
in
I
experiences.
keep it right in front.
We were
Because
attempting
that
a new
mug tells a
recipe that
story.
Christmas. It
Our
was
story.
beautifully messy,
That's
and
what
as you
Wabi
can see,
Sabi
we
is
couldn't
all about.
stop laughing.
It's a Japanese philosophy that celebrates the beauty of imperfection. It invites us to find grace in what's worn, aged, and real. The scratch on the dining table from your grandchild's toy car. The faded photo frame that's held the same picture for 30
Two
years.
most valuable resources.
The lines on your own hands,
Time
etched
and
from
money.
decades of love, labor, and
You
life.
get to choose.
Wabi Sabi whispers.
I started
You
using
don't
that
need to be
time
flawless to be
to
beautiful.
take walks with my
You don't need to be
grandson,
new to be worthy. Many lessons.
to read
We
books I
spend
never
so
finished.
much of life trying to fix, replace, and polish that we forget the deep comfort things with soul.
Call old
Wabi
friends
Sabi gives us permission to
just
stop
to
chasing
hear
perfect,
their
to embrace the
voice
cracks,
whisper.
to love what lasts, and to love
learn
ourselves
something
just as
new.
we are.
Invest
And
in
when
what
we
you
begin
can't
to see
lose.
that kind of quiet beauty, we start to crave a quieter life.
To visit a place
Not
I'd
just in our
always
things, but in our
dreamed of.
moments. That's why the next practice is less about stuff
They break.
and more about
They
space.
fade.
Let's talk about Sajaku.
They become a part
the art
of
creating
who you
stillness
are.
in a noisy world. Sajaku, designing islands of stillness. My house used to be filled with background noise. The TV was always on, even when no one was watching. My phone buzzed with updates I didn't need. Even when I tried to rest, my mind was racing. It wasn't until I visited a small tea house in Kyoto that I truly understood the power of stillness.
They
No
live
music, no
in
chatter,
your soul.
just the soft sound of water being poured. A moment so quiet felt sacred.
Am I
That was
buying
my first
a moment?
encounter with Sajaku, a Japanese word that means tranquility born from intentional silence. It's not about being alone. It's about being present. It's about creating little
How free
islands
your
of calm
hands
in
are,
your day, where your
ready
mind
to
can land
hold
and breathe.
what matters.
So I made a few small changes.
Quiet
Each
morning,
morning,
with your coffee.
I keep my phone on
not
airplane
rushed.
mode for the first 20 minutes. I light a candle. I make tea. I sit in the same corner of my couch and just pause. No email. No headlines. Just breath, warmth, and the quiet hum of a new day. It's a tiny ritual, but it has changed the way I move through the rest of the day. Many lessons. You don't need a cabin in the woods. You need one moment of silence. That belongs only to you.
A spontaneous
When you
road trip.
design for stillness, you protect your energy. You become less reactive and more rooted.
In this day,
And
fully,
over time,
fully,
those small
honestly,
pauses become an inner
gratefully,
sanctuary.
gratefully.
You can return to anytime,
Stop missing
anywhere.
what's extra.
But here's the
you
question.
no longer crave
Once your home
more.
is calm,
You finally
once your
see
days
more.
are clearer, what do you do
After
with
all
all
this
that
time,
extra space
the
and
morning
time?
glories still bloom.
That's what the next and final
a quiet
shift
reminder
is
that
about.
some beauty
Trading
remains
possessions
constant.
for purpose.
And this time,
Let's talk about why investing in
having the
experiences
space
is the
to take
truest
them.
form of wealth. From stuff to self, investing in what you
a
can't
full
lose.
life.
When I stopped buying things, I started collecting
a
something
full
else.
circle
Moments. I remember one Christmas. Instead of buying each other gifts, my family decided to cook a new recipe together.
Your life
One for my grandmother's
doesn't
old
have to
journey.
be busy.
The kitchen was a
to be
beautiful,
beautiful.
mess. We laughed, we burned the bread, and we made a memory that still warms my heart more than any sweater ever could. This is the truth that minimalism uncovers. When you clear the clutter, you uncover your two most valuable resources, time and money, and then you get to choose.
Let's begin this
How will
gentle
I invest
journey
them?
together.
I started using that time to take walks with my grandson,
The
to read
oversized
books
work
I never
bag
finished,
crammed
to
with
call
the
old
weight of
friends
that
just to
moment,
hear their voice.
pressed down on
I
me.
used that money to learn something new, to visit a place I'd always dreamed of, to give to causes I believed in. And you know what I discovered? Things
A
break.
path of
They
emptying.
fade.
The
They
first
get lost.
decisive,
But the
quiet
memory of
action.
seeing your granddaughter dance on stage,
Our
the
modern
joy of
lives.
hearing your father laugh at the same old joke, the stillness of
room.
watching the sunset beside someone you love, those
Wondering
things
why
become
we
a
feel
part of
restless.
who you are.
Endless
No one can take them
scrolling.
away. They don't sit
Full
on a
doesn't
shelf.
always mean
They
fulfilled.
live in your soul.
Are you useful?
Many lessons. A rich life isn't measured in square footage or stuff. It's measured in meaning.
The
So when you
narrator's
buy
closet
something,
test.
ask yourself,
Curating
am I buying a
instead
moment
of
I'll
collecting.
remember? Or just another thing I'll forget?
Can handle my
And
life.
here's the beautiful ending to this
Build
journey.
trust with
When your
yourself.
time, space, and money align with what truly matters, simplicity becomes effortless. And that leads us to one final reflection. One that brings everything
I shoved the
together.
pillow, an action
Let's
of
talk about
frustration
what it
and
really
realization.
means to live a
I
full
stopped.
life.
It was a
The
pivotal
real
deal with
meaning
myself
of a full
moment.
life. I used to think
The
a
chipped
full
mug,
life meant having it all.
The tiny crack
Full calendar,
traced by
a
a
full
finger.
closet, a full car to check out, even a full
Love
storage
what
unit,
lasts.
just in case.
Embrace the
But
cracks.
now, I see it differently. A full life is not measured by how much you carry, but by how free your hands are to hold what matters. It's the quiet morning with your coffee, not rushed. The letter you finally wrote, the hug you didn't pull away from. It's the space to
Just
grieve
breath,
properly,
warmth.
to laugh deeply, to say yes to the spontaneous road trip, or the quiet dinner, or the long overdue nap. When your life isn't crammed with just-in-case items, or someday obligations.
So there we are
you get
trying
to
this
live
new
in this
recipe.
day.
It
Fully,
got a little messy,
honestly,
but look at us. We couldn't
gratefully.
stop laughing.
That's the real richness. And here's the beautiful twist. When you begin to choose what's essential, you stop missing what's extra. You no longer crave
A
more,
moment I'll
because you
remember.
finally see more in what you already have.
They live
So
in
maybe
your
a
soul.
full life isn't about
Honestly,
adding
I
more.
appreciate you
It's
making
about
time for this.
noticing the flowers.
It means a lot to me.
Someone tried to give you, and this time, having
Saying
the space
yes
to
to
take
a
them.
long,
Which part of
overdue
this
nap.
journey spoke to your heart the most?
Space to grieve
Was it letting go of
properly.
the clutter, creating small rituals of stillness, or maybe investing in moments over things? Share in the comments, because
Free,
when you
not
tell your
crammed.
story, you give someone else
Space to
permission
live,
to
love,
begin theirs.
and breathe.
And if this video made you
If this
pause,
video made you
even
pause,
for a moment,
begin theirs.
subscribe. There's more where this came from. Gentle ideas, simple truths, and a reminder that your life doesn't have to be busy to be beautiful.